Today's convo.
Society nowadays use technology wherever they go. It is a part of them. Not using technology will be seen as awkward. People feel naked without it. Having brilliant inventors study and create technology to enhance society and satisfy their needs is beyond clever. Hi guys, I'm Koide Onaderu and I'm currently a uni student, and I'm here today to discover and to discuss whether we should draw the line somewhere when relying on technology. Many of us, of course, have watched a few sci-fi/action films back in the day. Terminator is one of them, much beloved. I, Robot is another one, and one film well known is Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron. Each one of these films have one thing in common. Guess what that is? Technology. The fact that the inventors who create AI robots fabricated for good, only to turn corrupted and ruin mankind, is really scary and worrying. These things could happen as it highlights some of the stuff going on in the era that we're living in today. The fact that certain innovative inventors are creating the impossible right now means we're on our way, well on our way. Some people are excited for these inventions. Some are less. But before we talk about the modern era that we live in, we must first start from the beginning, the past. During the 1980s, we had what was called the digital revolution, guys. During the digital revolution came the advancement of technologies, from analog, electronic and mechanical devices to digital available today. Example of this is a simple record player or use of paperback library books. But now we have Alexa, a virtual AI technology that has the capabilities and the means of playing music. And audiobooks that allows us to read a book online or listen to one. It is a fact guys, that these advancements in technology is still ongoing today. Theorist Florian Kramer defined post-digital as the state in which the disruption brought upon by digital information technology has already occurred. This quote supports what I've said about the digital revolution, that since the revolution occurred, the digital era of digital technology has continuously been proven to be advanced. As we come into the life of the digital age era, more and more people like to push their limits when using digital technology or tech in general to boost and create highly efficient, dominant abilities for themselves. This all leads to the term post-humanism. For all of you who do not know what post-humanism means, it's defined as a person who has or wants science technology to enhance and create new possibilities for themselves. This can be deemed as works of power play. An article that I came across was Post-humanism, trusted by the company Sage Publications Ltd. Academic Professor Richie Nimmo came to publicize that post-humanism takes a view of the humanity-science-technology nexus, foregrounding how techno-scientific change create not just new possibilities of human emancipation, but new rationalities and techniques of power and domination. It can often take on a logic of its own and leads to malign, unintended and unimagined consequences beyond human control and irreducible to human beings. Professor Richie Nimmo simply said how we as humans are likely to use or envision ourselves having technology as a part of our anatomy to increase our possibilities to becoming more than an average human being. There are of course consequences to this, as he stately notes that these so-called technologies could perhaps take on a logic of its own and lead to something worse, effective, being harmful to us human beings. Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who mainly studied and taught humanism, quoted that man is the measure of all things, challenging the term post-humanism, saying man should know the morals between right and wrong. In this case, knowing when certain technology being created will be used for the greater good, while taking notice of any dilemmas that may arise. Fast forward to now, many of us are viewed as human cyborgs in the way we use technology. Some of us actually do have some part of our body that is machine. For example, amputees. According to an article, Who Are We Online, it is said that post-human cyborgs, part human, part machine, become more deeply entangled with digital devices. More on this, devices like contact lenses and hearing aids fit to the category of proof that we're cyborgs. These technological innovations that help restore the body's failing senses. Watching videos on phones, laptops, or tablets can also state that we're cyborgs too, as these devices is instrumental to our life. We use these devices almost every day, using a huge amount of time on it. We can call people over long distances. Almost any questions worth wanting to know is on the internet today. Wireless devices have ingrained themselves into our day-to-day lives. This shows the extent to which we've grown to depend on tech. It's become an important part of schools, workplaces, and homes. Society uses technology, smart systems like Alexa. Never know, one day in the future we could all live in an age where we have the capability to become Iron Man. Digital era has improved a lot. We've once before had to use wooden prosthetics as replacements for amputees. But now in the digital age that we're in, we're capable of building robotic metallic skin-like prosthetics for people who are in need of wanting to feel somewhat normal. Elon Musk said human brains are extraordinary computers capable of taking in tons of information in a matter of moments. However, our bodies are less capable of outputting information. For Musk, the next step of human evolution is removing that physical barrier, allowing our brains to interchange with technology instantly. This all leads me to the case study and Elon Musk's new Neuralink brain implant that's in the works. The basis around why Elon Musk wants to create a Neuralink brain implant. The Neuralink brain implant is created for the purpose, right now, to fix anything with one's brain. The Neuralink brain implant has battery and Bluetooth. It's also a little AI device. The way Musk explained the process is a robot will cut open a piece of your skull and implant the device onto the brain. These devices will then stretch multiple electro threads onto certain points of the brain, allowing the link to the interface anywhere. As an experiment, Elon Musk has recently demonstrated how this Neuralink implant works by using a live pig, according to an article published by New Scientist. The experiment was said to be simple really. The Neuralink team brought out 3 pigs, one without the Neuralink and the other 2 with the implants. Records say Dorothy, one of the pigs, illustrated that you can put in the Neuralink, remove it and be healthy, happy and indistinguishable from a normal pig, Musk said. This will be important for human users, he said, because they may want to remove or upgrade their implants. The challenging part that they managed to pull off was that it makes the animal just really, basically, the animal is happy looking and walking around and acting normal. And the data is being relayed wirelessly, meaning it can be really easy to take out if any person having that device in them want it to be taken out of them. There are a few advantages to this type of AI technology being linked onto other brains. It was said that one possibility the Neuralink could have is the chances of helping cure eyesight, or, in fact, hearing in some manner of speaking. One other advantage must mention was the fact that it could perhaps restore lung functionality. Things such as restoring disabled people, allowing them to walk and move, restoring memory loss and getting rid of epilepsy is fine and all, but it's way too good to be true. As if this is coming from a sci-fi film or something. I can't say that there isn't technology similar to this, because there are. They do the same job that the Neuralink is doing, only difference is, of course, that it's less effective and less advanced. On one podcast, Musk later basically mentioned that foreseeing 10 years into the future, the Neuralink could evolve in some way, enabling us like the Matrix to download data if you ever wanted to speak another language. In theory, changing the way human beings interface with each other. He also went on to say that the chip could perhaps save our state, meaning our mind and memories could be restored to a biological being. This is where things get morally wrong and tricky. Meaning of life is we are born, we live, and eventually die. Doing this cancels the third law, questioning the ethics behind it. Some people who are religious safely say that this is playing God. This leads me to all the potential disadvantages of all of this. The chips put in us may pose a threat to our health. It could also be a prime target for people such as hackers with bad intentions. Slowly, microchips may take away our freedom of choice depending on how the AI has evolved. Referencing the Hollywood film Upgrade. In some way, many people would agree that it totally neglects privacy controls and security measures. Wherever a person may go or do, Big Brother could be watching. Lastly, in an article, sociable.co, Dr. Learbar mentioned the immune response problem, where the brain would see a foreign mechanical thing like AI as a threat and attack it. My question of the day: who are the real threat? Technology or human beings? Thanks guys for listening. This episode of Cody's Convo. Catch next week's podcast as we discuss another controversial topic. Like, share and comment. Peace out.